Hello, this is Damon Stevens, Fed Wealth Builders, and today is Sunday, August 1st, 2021. We're in a new month, and this is our Monday prep for a new week. And we're going to be talking about a few stocks here that we looked at last week and what we're looking for out of this week. And then, as we get into the week and we get into earnings this week again, we'll cover some more updates and give you some additional ideas of what we're trading and what we're looking at for the week. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to FinWealth Live. That way we can continue bringing these updates, and please like our videos, and that way we can continue to bring this content to you with trading ideas. Again, we're not financial advisors, and the things that we're showing you is the things that we're trading, not necessarily financial advice. So let's talk about the market on Friday. So on Thursday, I told you that I expected the market probably be resting or pull back a little bit on Friday, and that's exactly what happened. You can see the Dow Jones was down 0.42%, NASDAQ down 0.71%, and S&P 500 down 0.54%. So overall for me, I usually typically consider this just kind of a flat day. The range is really tight, so stocks are a little bit difficult to trade unless you got on the momentum in pre-market or just at the very open of the market. I tried, trading a little bit at the end of the day, and I just, decided just to go do some other things. So I cut it short a little bit on Friday. But overall, great week, very profitable week. I love earnings. Tuesday, Wednesday just killed it. Just a really good week. As far as the scanner did pick up on ERYP and AHPI, which we did trade this one. We've traded a couple times. MRN we've traded a few times, but not a lot of focus on these areas. Just scalps. And looking at what we can capture and what we're looking for this week as well. So we will get into that. AHPI has been a multi-day trade. We talked about this in multiple videos. If you want to go back and watch the other videos, you can. But overall, on the heat map, you can see that it was kind of our FANG stocks were down a little bit. Amazon was down 7.57% because of bad earnings reports. But Tesla's, making a run. We talked about that in our videos. It looked like it was making a bull run. It looks like we're definitely headed that way. But overall, you can see mixed financials were down. Overall, mixed in the world right now. China's been one that we watched. We had a couple of days pop and then pull back again. This one's really volatile, so be careful. With China, looking at a mixed right now environment now, we could see Monday possibly being kind of a flat day. A little mixed, unless some major news comes out. I know that there's discussions around COVID. It seems like it's hitting the market again, so that could possibly bring a little fear in. They did FOMC meetings and Feds met last week. That was kind of neutral, and said that they had checks and balances in there for the financials, but you see it did an impact here, and I've heard about people not getting their home equity line of credits pulled. So lots of stuff going on in the world right now. So just be careful out there if you're trading, day trading. Make sure you just keep your stops in and make sure you're taking profits along the way. If you're long-term portfolios, if you have like I do, where I have a long-term portfolio and a day trading portfolio, just make sure you continue to monitor those and balance them out. Let's get into it here. So Tesla, we like I said, we trade this pretty much every day. I did take a little bit of a break when we had a little slowness here because you could see we consolidated for a couple of weeks here, but then we had a nice breakout, this nice trending day on Thursday, and then Friday rocket up towards this resistance line. So we'll see if we can break out over this resistance line this week, and if we do, then 690's in the works. And we'll see. More likely, it's not going to break through that right off the get-go. It'll probably pull back a little bit. But Tesla's, moving again. That's what we like to see. These days we're a little tighter trades, but typically you get at least $10 a day out of Tesla. So it's always on our list every day. AMD, nice rally up here. We got new highs here. We kind of consolidated here in this little channel that we've created here. We could pull back possibly down to this 100. We're sitting right on the 50 right now. Or we could start to break up, if it gets enough energy to make a move. But it's going to have some catalysts, I think, to get over this 105, 106 level here. If not, if it holds here, It could possibly pull back down to 100 to try to get energy in this channel below that we've been in. But you can see this is a few weeks, that we're going to have to possibly sit here and consolidate. So we'll see how that works out. AHPI. So this is one we've traded multiple times, right? So this one's been on our radar. This is one of the ones that's been on the radar longer than the 2 weeks that we talk about. We typically keep one on just because you get these little spikes, these nice little spikes that keep coming up over the months. And you can see, recently we had, this spike here on the 12th. We had one again on the 19th, just a smaller spike on the 26th, and then we got one here on the 30th. Just a nice spike here. So, is it going to pull back? We can see typically it spikes up, pulls back for a couple of days, spikes, pulls back a few days, spikes. So we're going to see what it does this week. Right now we're kind of sitting here, at 50% retracement on the move from Friday. So we'll see if it's going to retrace back down all the way, which it typically has done, or if it's going to create a different behavior here where it can hold and possibly, try to spike up again back towards the $12 range. So we're sitting around, $8.25, and the low is around $5. So we're right in the middle. So just be careful to trade this one. Make sure you're locking profits in. Try not to do full positions unless you are seeing the volume coming in to support the momentum in the direction that you're trading. OTIS. So OTIS continues to ramp up here. Nice, long, just consistent move up. We hit resistance here around $90, pull back down to the 10, rally back up here. And so we're going to see if we can break through that 90. If we can, then 92 would be the next mark. 94 would be the ultimate goal. If it can't, it may pull back to the 20, which is around, $89, and then try to go up again. If it fails to 20, then, 86 and possibly down to the 50, which is at 82. So we'll see what that can do this week. So continue to be on our watch. Nike just, exploded after earnings, just continues to climb. We're at new highs still, working towards that 170 range. We'll see if it continues to rally up here. I'm expecting some type of retracement. You can see that we came up and retraced here a bit before rallying back up to new highs. We pull back again to the 10 and back up. So we've stayed above the 20. So that's good. That's nice and bullish. But when we pull back to the 10, we pulled up again. So we'll see if this can reach 170. Just be careful on this one. If you're not locked profits in, definitely do, because we're at new highs here. So that becomes high risk for a pullback. KLX is another one that we have. This one we've traded in the past. Came back on the radar as we saw that sector saw it bounce off the 200. So we found good support here. But before, you can see it was bouncing off that 50. When we broke the 50 down to 200, a little concerning that we might break that 200 and come down a lot lower. But it found support, came back up to the 50, checked in on the 50 right here. And these two moves, bouncing off the 200 and then coming up and bouncing off the 50 and then rallying is a good sign. That's a nice bullish movement. But we did gap up. We gapped up to 348. Well, actually higher than that, 356, and then we pulled back. So there's this huge gap below here. So it could pull all the way back and fill this gap at some point to clear down to around 319, 320 before rallying back up, hopefully. So I'm going to watch this one. This one could be a very volatile move here. So you got to keep an eye on it. It could go either direction. So just ready to trade on this one. If it rallies back up here to 359, that's exactly where it kind of was in the past here. So we're watching the support and resistance. It's a wide range, so just be careful out there. But this one is definitely one that can bring some money in. Align, ALGN. You can see here we broke up through here. We had a breakout, resistance here, resistance again here, and then a breakout. This should hopefully, this could pull back here and check back in here, somewhere around this. 669 level, and then rally back up. If it just continues to go and break through to that $7,000 or $704, there's no retracement yet. So I'd expect this to pull back, at least retrace some of this. If it breaks through the 704, just be careful. Make sure you're locking in profits, and I might even be ready to put some puts on this one. So Just kind of keep an eye on this and see what happens with this. But it has not checked in. I expected this to pull back and it has not. But one that definitely could bring a good movement here um, on the market. XBIO, so this one traded before, came back in, gave us a nice 4-day rally, pulled all the way back, 50% retracement, a little bit over that, but we did settle on the 20 and then started to bounce off the 20. So looking to see if this can spike up again and give us a little run. You can see back here when we had this first run, it pulled back almost to the 50, rallied back up again, pulled back almost to the 50 and rallied back up. Here you can see that it was on the 20 and then we had the 10 and then pull back on the 20. It's coming off that 20. That's still bullish, even though it's below the 5 and the 10. So we're going to see if that can rally up here this next week and give us another move and hopefully go back towards that $5 range. BNTX, this one's been a nice rally for a long time. We talked about this with multiple days. It continues to find support here on the 50, again here on the 50, and then along the 20, and then it pulled back, and I thought it was going to come back and hit the 50. It did not. It found support at this 327 level here and bounced off. So we're going to see if this can continue rallying up towards 330, 331. If we can break that, then you will see where else it can go. But right now, for 2 weeks, we've been consolidating here in this one channel. Apple had a nice pullback, but I like that it bounced off the 50. So it hit the 50, bounced off. That keeps it in a bullish territory. So we can see if we can move back higher again. I don't like this curve here. We can lower lows or lower highs here and lower lows. That's a little concerning, but I do like that it rallied up here. So we'll see if we can get back above the moving averages and start to head, back towards the 146 range. If it does break this 50, then the 200 is right below it, 145. If it breaks that, then we're down to 100, and then watch out below if we get below that. So, kind of neutral on Apple right now. I want to see which direction of the price action moves us. But I did like where it bounced, so that's a positive thing. So Myrna. So this has given us a multiple day trade too. It's been just a monster of rally. You can see that it found resistance, pulled back to the 5, which is great, and then rallied back up, tried to break that 361.70 range. Failed to do so, pulled back a little bit. So we'll see if it can, rally back up, break the 361 level and head up towards 370. If it consolidates here too long, or we have a pullback, it could pull back to the 20 down around $300. This one might be a possible short for me here. Just keep an eye on to see if it can break. If it breaks the levels higher than 361.70, I'm a buyer. If it breaks below about the 350 range, 351 range, I'm going to be looking at possibly putting shorts on it. So Carvana gave us nice, bullish run all the way up here. Pull back to the 10, which it's done before. If it breaks the 20, which it has tried to break it before and was held, if it breaks that 20, then I'm going to be looking at shorting this down to 305. But we'll see. We'll see what it does here. See if it can continue to rally up. Right now it's consolidating. And so, but yeah, that one's still on our watch, and hopefully we'll at least be able to day trade this one. Dollar index, dollar pulled back, started rallying back up. A little concerning if this breaks this this prior resistance level around 192, especially if it gets above 193. You're definitely going to look for a pullback in the market. You do want this to stay weak here if we want to keep the market rallying up. So it did bounce off the 50. So we'll see if it can stay below. It's actually above the 50 and the 200 and the 100, which is very bullish. So just be careful this week. Got to watch that dollar every day. I'm putting it on a daily chart so I can continue to watch it throughout the day. If you look at the VIX pulled back luckily, so that's good. It's staying in that channel below that 1980 range. As long as it stays below that, we can continue to rally. It'd be great if it was lower. If it was below 18, that would be even better. If it breaks above 18 and starts to head towards that 20 level, watch out. The market's going to probably have a bit of a pullback. S&P 500, we're in this consolidation channel. You can see here that we kind of bouncing up and down. We're still above the 20 or the 10 moving average here, just between the 5 and the 10. We'll continue to see what this can do and see if we can rally up here and break the 441 level. If we do, we can go up to, towards 450 would be the next goal. If it breaks below 437, 436, just be really careful, because that's a major area of support here. If it breaks down, 434, if it loses 434, then we're going to clear back down to the 50, clear down here at 427. It's a long drop down, so be careful on that one. We're just got to keep an eye on that and make sure that it's holding up. Triple Qs, a nice little pullback. Even if it pulls back to 20, you can see as long as it doesn't break that 20, it continues to find support there. So we'll see if they can bounce back up and start to rally back up port over 368. Or if not, then, we got, it's probably going to definitely pull back to that 20. Semiconductors, nice bull rally here. You can see had resistance here once, had it twice, third time it broke through. We got to be able to hold above that. We did for the close. We need another at least a couple of days of closing above that to see if we can rally up, towards 265, 268. IWM. So this is the Russell 2000. So small caps, you can see the consolidation here right around that 20, everything's like right there. So if we break down below 220, we got a little bit of a drop below. If we can stay above that, we can continue to rally up. Then we'll see if we can start to rally back towards highs. But right now, still in a repair situation. The financials, you see consolidation here for quite a few weeks here. Failed to break out. Just sitting there in this little consolidation channel right now. Gold try to rally up, hit resistance at that 1830 mark again. It's done that a few times, still stayed in that consolidation area. So that's bullish. So we'll just see if it can break that level and get back into this upper channel. If it fails below that, then it could be going lower. But right now, it's in a good consolidation area, trying to bounce and get energy to break through. Silver, same thing, consolidation, just right on the 200 right now. So we'll see if it can get above that, get above the 2560 level and start to kind of rally back up again. If it can stay above that 200, but it's like right on it. Bitcoin, we had this nice little drop down here, down towards the 28, came up, bounced off. So on this double bottom, that's where we kind of popped up, and we're over the 200. We're basically we're above that 39,000 level, which is more bullish on the bullish side, and so right now it's looking good. Looks like it may come back and check in, which it had not done yet. Come back and check in again on this 200 moving average here and see if we can bounce off, and that would be very bullish. If it doesn't, breaks through, the 50 supports at 36,000, and then if break that, then we'd be going down further. But right now, bullish momentum on Bitcoin. But you got to keep an eye on the volume. Ethereum, really nice and bullish moves here. Just continues to climb. Next resistance area on here is 2860 that I have on the chart. It hasn't pulled back or retraced much, so very, very strong bullish momentum here. But we've got to probably see some type of resting at some point based on this move. Doge pretty much just climbing up, still below this resistance level at 21. So just kind of in this channel here, but nice bullish momentum going on in Doge, but very slow, too slow for me. But that's our video. That's what we're watching for this week. Great opportunities are going to come in this week. Continue to watch the scanner. The scanner is going to bring you the daily moves, and then we'll check in at the end of the day on Monday, see how our stocks are doing and how our trading day were. Stay safe out there. Definitely watch the dollar. Definitely watch the VIX for elevation, and if they do, just look that you could possibly have a little bit of a pullback. If not, it's rallying higher. So we'll continue to see what happens this week. Stay safe out there. Everybody have a great night and a great trading on Monday.